Welcome back to the Pew Review. We've got a cool one for you today. We have done a video on my original Genesis Gen-12, but today we have all three of our Genesis Gen-12s. We just got a new upgraded model. We'll get to that in a second. Let's get started. The original one that I've had for a while is my Gen-12, and this doesn't have a specific model name or number or anything like that, but this one was one of the original ones that they ever made with an ambi bolt. So this has an ambi bolt. It has a non-ambi safety and a non-ambi mag release and non-ambi bolt catch, kind of just all the normal. This came with a J-Mac brake. I took the brake off and put a dissident choke and a mod choke on there because this gun originally just had basically a cylinder choke or no choke really. And so I took the brake off, put the dissident Sega style external threaded choke on there, and then it allowed me to put that J-Mac brake back on there. They say, however, that it kind of works against the way this gun cycles because this barrel is like a recoiling barrel, so the barrel moves, and so with the brake kind of fighting against that, you know, they kind of upgraded their design, which brings us to our next model. This is their competition model. Also the 3-gun model, whatever you want to call it. Again, ambi bolt. This one has an ambi safety. It's got the BAD safety, pretty nice safety. Upgraded trigger. So this one has the Hyperfire Genesis trigger. The competition model comes with a Hyperfire competition trigger, a little bit better trigger. Again, non-ambi mag release and non-ambi bolt catch, but also very easy to use and large. Still has a recoiling barrel. However, this has internal changeable chokes. This takes a rim choke setup. And this specific model had ported barrels, which helps mitigate recoil. So the combination of the way that the action works with that barrel and with the porting, this thing shoots very flat, especially for a 12 gauge. However, we're gonna go a step further. That brings us to our newest. This is the Kovert Arms Genesis Gen-12. So Kovert Projects does special project divisions with many manufacturers that they retail for, and that is essentially what they did here. So they're a Genesis retailer, and they did a collab with Genesis on this shotgun. A few upgrades. First of all, it has the Eclipse trigger, which is the next step up from the competition trigger. It is very smooth, very nice trigger pull, super consistent, a great trigger, one of my favorite triggers. So a little bit of an upgrade there. Also has a mid-barrel comp. Now what's unique about this, which I believe Patrick Kelly, the PK1 there, is who came up with this design. They kind of have his initials on there for that. But this mid-barrel comp, what's unique about it is that it does still allow that barrel to recoil because it's attached to the handguard, not attached to the barrel itself, unlike their original brake on the original version that I have. So what that leads to is much reduced recoil, but still cycling very reliably. However, I will say this one has never given me issues. So eventually, you know, it might pull the threads, something might happen, but I've got thousands of rounds through this. It's never done it to me. But with their testing, they decided against that design, and they've changed, kind of gone through the different generations here. So back to the Kovert Arms. They added a few things. It's got some cool cutouts on the receiver. Again, still the ambi safety, which these are reversible. You can flip the inside of the safety around, and it goes from a 90 to a 60-degree throw. So we've got a 60-degree throw set up on there for Colton, and a little shorter stock for him. It comes with a B5 Systems grip as opposed to the Hogue grip that the other ones came with. And then the only thing that we did to this gun, we added the Vortex optics to it, and then we added the mag release for Colton's little hands. Hi! He's only 12, so we won't hold that against him. Maybe he'll grow into the gun. But we had to add that. He couldn't reach the mag release very well. On my version, I run the factory one, just kind of a standard AR mag release. And that is one of my favorite things about these guns. This is an AR platform. Not only is it an AR platform, but it is actually an AR-10, meaning you could take this upper receiver off, put an AR-10 upper receiver on it, and you can shoot 308, 6.5 Creedmoor, whatever your upper is. This gun is actually an AR-10. So very cool, cool concept. They have the patent on that. It was a genius idea. But with being AR platform, this is just a smooth transition for 3-gun to go between your rifle and your shotgun. All of your controls are the same. It shoots the same. You know, obviously a little more recoil with a 12 gauge, but it made us learning this platform much smoother because we already knew the AR platform. So that's why I prefer these things. We've got thousands of rounds on these two to the right, probably closer to 10,000 rounds on my original one. This one has about 200 rounds through it so far. Colton shot it for a match and his mom shot it for a match. They shared the shotgun for the whole match. Very, very reliable gun. It shot amazing. We had a couple of issues where if they didn't get in the shoulder, it kind of short stroked. Other than that, it shot amazing. I think we had like 2 malfunctions the whole match, and that was the first 200 rounds through it. We literally got this gun in, zeroed the optic, and took it straight to a match. So just a testament to how reliable these things are. One of the coolest things is the mags on these things. That is what makes these so reliable. I'm gonna go grab a couple of mags and we'll go over some of that. So they do have a proprietary mag. One of the best parts about these guns is just how smooth their followers run inside these mags, and that makes an ultra reliable mag-fed shotgun here. So this is proprietary. They are the ones that manufacture this mag, or they have it manufactured for them. You have to buy these from Genesis or Genesis dealers, such like that. But it lets these things be super reliable. We put little clips on them, so if you're doing a mag change, you know, you can bring it from your pocket, your belt, whatever that is on yourself. It just allows you to kind of hold the mags. We have modified mags that are able to hold higher capacity, but they come with 5 and 10 round mags from Genesis. They also have a new drum. It's like a 15 round drum that they're just releasing. I don't have any of those. I personally like stick mags for competition use. They are much more reliable. I can't speak to the reliability of their new drum. I'm sure it's great. They've done a lot of testing on it, but I only own the stick mags. We own a bunch of the stick mags in lots of different capacities. So these things run great for us. Makes these guns super reliable. We're gonna do some shooting here for you just to kind of show them off. There's really not a lot to talk about. It's a mag-fed shotgun. They shoot fast. They shoot freaking awesome, reliably, and a lot less recoil than a normal 12 gauge. So let's get some video in here and then we'll get on our way. We've got 5 rounds loaded up. We're gonna shoot 5 out of each gun in slow-mo, and we're gonna compare the 3 different ones, and hopefully you can see a difference. So let's check this out.